Now, I don't know if it was a prophecy from my t-shirt suppliers, Wide Awake Clothing. Links in the bio if you want to buy one. But last night I received this. Cash is freedom. And then underneath it, use it or lose it. Lovely t-shirt. Added to the collection. Links also in the comments. All my other t-shirts are on there as well. But cash is freedom. And today I can prove it. Once again, I don't want to be in smug corner for this because I want to be wrong. But I have been banging on about how the digital ID is going to be linked to your carbon footprint. It's a Chinese social credit system and it's going to ruin your life. And last week, lovely, I'm sure he's a lovely guy, bloke called Phil. No, Tony, this is because I obviously shared the photo of the carbon allowance on the sandwich. No, Tony, this is just a voluntary thing. It's not going to mean anything. It's just for people that want to find out how they can do things better in life. And, you know, if it helps them reduce their carbon footprint, it's not a compulsory thing. It's not going to be made. It's nothing like that. And, you know, you've got to stop thinking that everything is a conspiracy because, you know, it's not healthy. Except everything is, it's not a conspiracy. It's fucking fact. It's not a conspiracy. Digital ID is not a conspiracy anymore, is it? Because it's happening. So it's not a conspiracy. It's fact. Carbon allowances are no longer a conspiracy. They are fact. As I'm about to prove. Because I woke up this morning to another tag on Twitter from my good friend, Mr. Patrick van der Tallen. Morning, Patrick. And it was a screenshot of a bank account showing carbon allowances. And I thought, oh, Jesus, no, this can't be real. So I scrolled down and somebody had asked Grok, is this real? Yes, it's real. It's a NatWest bank account. Well, I just happen to have a NatWest bank account that I don't use very much. Which has worked slightly in my favour, as in I don't have to worry about my carbon allowance because I could just carry on using cash. But it also works in my detriment because I now have a carbon footprint. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, yeah, you're just making this shit up, Tone. So, I've got my trusty iPad. And I'm going to take you through it so you can see exactly what it is I see. If I put that up there like that, there's my iPad in the window. Now, obviously, this bit where I put my PIN number in, you ain't going to see this bit, all right? I know I've shared my address on here before, but I'm not that stupid. Right. So, logging in, you go to the main screen, and up the top, again, I'm not going to show you the main screen, it's got my balance on it, which really is the number of the devil. And up the top, it says Home Help Payments Insights Apply. So you go to Insights. Right, I've gone to Insights. So at that point, I'll turn you around. Right, here we are. Look. We're on Insights. And it's various loads of crap that you don't really need to know about. But up here, look. My footprint. Click on my footprint. We're estimating your carbon footprint. It's already calculating it. And there it is, look, in black and white. Your estimated footprint is 65 kilos of CO2. I have no idea what that means, and I don't fucking care. But apparently it's like driving from Manchester to Cardiff. I know when Paddy sent his through to me, it was something like driving from Edinburgh to Plymouth. So he's obviously spent more money on his account than I have. Anyway. So you can see that it tells you every month what your carbon footprint is. And then you can view categories. Look at the categories. Bills, eating out, shopping, transport, groceries, fun and leisure, health and beauty, home and garden. They all have their own CO2 allowance, which can only be there so that you can be given a maximum that you can't go over, at which point you won't be able to use your card for that. However, it gets worse. Because I can tell you right away, the one thing I do use this account for is Skybet, right? So my biggest allowance is on fun and leisure. Somehow, me betting on a horse on Skybet is killing the planet. Fuck off. Right, so back to insights. If I can get this right. And then my footprint again. And this, right, I'm going to turn the camera on again. Simply because I wish to be facing the camera as I say to you, you remember 5-6 years ago when people like me were saying they want to stop everyone eating meat and they want to stop everyone flying. Remember when we said those two things and we were told they were just mental conspiracy theories? Right, camera around again. Because these are the proposed carbon actions that I can take to save the planet. Ready? Transport. Straight away, we'll see all 5. Reduce short-haul flights. Check your tyre pressure. Sharing your commute. Well, I don't do that. Taking more public transport. I would if it was any good. And there's the bottom one, look. There it is. You dirty milk float bastards. Drive an electric vehicle. Rather lick me own arsehole. Right, so that ain't happening. Can I go back out of that? Yes, I can. Right. Come back out of that. Now, this one, look. Next down here. Food. You can see the first one already. 6 ways that you can reduce your carbon footprint. Trying veggie Mondays. Never going to happen. Reduce food waste. Do that anyway. Choosing vegetarian. Hang on. That's the same thing as Monday. 4. Buy local British and seasonal produce. Absolutely. 5. Choosing mostly plant-based. And then number 6, choosing vegetarian. So 4 out of those 6 suggestions are don't eat meat. And you're telling me that this is just some weird conspiracy theory I've come up with? It's there. It's on the screen in front of you. You can see it. Eat plant-based stuff. What, 500 chemicals in a bag? You're all right, thanks. I'll stick with me grass-fed cow. Shopping. Buy second-hand shop. Second-hand fashion, unless you're buying a T-shirt, that's fine. So there you have it. It's all there in beautiful Technicolor. Everything that I've been banging on about for the last 6 years turns out is already on my banking app. It's already set up, like the sandwich last week. And what does it involve? Eating bugs and going nowhere. Exactly like Agenda 30 that was set out by the UN 10 years ago. And there it is. It's there for everyone to see. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that's just for fun. And NatWest have spent all that money developing that app for a bit of fun. Have they fuck? It's entirely deliberate. It'll be on every banking app sooner or later. I haven't checked the other ones yet. I'm too busy being outraged about this one. I can't be outraged about 2 things at once. Says on my T-shirt, cash is freedom. It's never, ever been more important than right now. However, I'm willing to conduct an experiment because I spoke to Paddy about this morning and he said, well, I'm off Cyprus in a minute for holiday. So let's see how much of my carbon footprint I can burn doing that. I said, mate, I'm with you all the way because Thursday I'm out. I'm in a choir. I know. Who knew I could sing? Well, I did actually. I'm at a gala event on Thursday night. I shall be consuming beverages. Friday, I'm off to Cheltenham for the racing. Saturday, I've got to drive back to Cornwall for a 50th birthday party. Sunday, Super Sunday. Nobody can do 4 days. Monday, funeral. Tuesday, Benidorm. Wednesday, Benidorm. Thursday, Benidorm. Friday, darts. Saturday, day off. And boy, am I going to need it. However, I reckon I can drink my carbon footprint for a year in the next 10 days. So I'm going to use the NatWest card that I never normally use. Because A, Cheltenham is a cashless venue. The dirty bastards. The only thing you can use cash for in Cheltenham is gambling. And then if you win, you can't go buy around with it. Argyle tried this at the festival a couple of years ago when we were on a stag do on the Friday, Thursday. God, that was a heavy week. He won 140 quid. He went, right, boys, I'll get around him. What's everybody want? And she went, you can't spend that. So that's cashless anyway. So I'm going to have to be using my card up there. And then in Benidorm, I will just use my card to avoid getting euros, just to prove a point. And then we can actually see how much I've drunk in Benidorm, which, yeah, it's going to be one hell of a video. Just a broken man scrolling through a bank statement going, oh, Jesus. But nevertheless, I'm willing to take one for the team. This is a scientific experiment after all. And, you know, I'm all about the science. So there you have it. Your carbon footprint is now linked to your bank account and linked to everything you spend your money on. It's there. It's already done. It's already set up. And the minute that that's linked to your digital ID, you are, to quote a phrase, you are right royally fucked. So that's something to look forward to, isn't it? Anyway, I'm going back in to check the rest of my bank accounts now to see whether they've got carbon footprint shit things on them. Hopefully not. And then I'll start using them a bit more until they put it on there. And then, how do you pay direct debits? By cash? Post office, I suppose. You go in there and hand your cash over. It's about all you can do, isn't it? Anyway, never has cash's freedom been more important than it is right now. There's your digital ID. Stick it up your arse. Future my arse. Thank you very much.